Do you ever feel overwhelmed by the ever-changing world of technology? Tech It Out can help make some sense of it all. Breaking down geek speak into street speak, technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman covers consumer technology each week for every listener. Mark tackles the latest news, reviews, and how-tos to help you understand what's hot, what's not, and why.
Hey everyone, welcome to Tech It Out. This is episode 239. Hope you're all doing well on this last hurrah of March. I can't believe April is already here on Friday. Crazy. Well, we do have a fantastic Tech It Out show planned for you this hour with 4 different segments. We're going to kick things off with Action Face in a moment, which lets you create a 3D version of yourself as an action figure. But as the name suggests, it's your face. Love it. After that, tech expert Mario Armstrong will join us to chat about a spring makeover for your home office. And after Mario, I too will talk spring tech toys, including a robotic lawnmower and a smart air purifier, perfect for springtime allergies. And I'll get to what makes it smart as well. And we'll also catch up with eero, an Amazon company, about what's new in powerful Wi-Fi systems for your home this spring. All of this and more on an all-new Tech It Out, powered by ASUS, for those in search of incredible. I'll tell you more about ASUS shortly, but let's officially kick off the show with our first interview. If you haven't yet heard of Action Face, no doubt you soon will. As the name suggests, it lets you put your face on an action figure, and with a variety of customizable outfits too. And it all starts with your smartphone. Fresh off the heels of a South by Southwest Pitch Award win in the entertainment, content, and gaming category is the CEO of Action Face, Kenny Davis, who joins us now. Hey Kenny, thanks for your time, your face time, if I may say. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Why don't we just jump in? At a high level, what is Action Face all about?
Yeah, let me answer that on 2 levels. One is, what does it mean to the people who use it? And then I'll explain from a business perspective as well. So for anyone using Action Face, it's fun. And why is it fun? Because it transforms you into the badass hero that's inside you for the world to see. What we've done is to create a technology that 3D scans your face in incredible detail and then rebuilds your bone structure so that we can give you the ability to customize yourself. You know, some of the things that we do just automatically for anyone, not saying you need it, but, you know, get rid of double chins and widen eyes and such things. But then there's stuff that you can do yourself right on your cell phone. And we've sort of broken the types of heroism that people feel they have inside them into 5 categories, at least to start with, which is sports heroes, fashion, fantasy, music, and then personal triumphs. We've just started working with the United States Armed Forces, for instance, and we've just created some figures for graduates of the Navy boot camp. It's an incredible triumph. And you want to commemorate that moment. You want to show the world yourself in the heroic version of you that not everybody gets to see.
Awesome. So whether you're graduating high school or you're a fan of a certain football team or you make it out of Navy boot camp, instead of commemorating it only with a photo, Action Face is a 3D print of yourself, if you will, with your real face on a body that, as I said in the intro, you can customize it by changing jerseys and things like that. You can choose what you want to have done, and then it's sent to your door. Is that right?
That's right. So instantly it's on your cell phone. So you 3D scan your face, or you come to one of our events and we 3D scan you on an iPad, and then you're instantly able to start customizing it and take it home with you, share it on social media, whatever you want to do. It's a full 3D avatar. And then 2 weeks later, it arrives at your doorstep.
So walk us through the process. You did say it starts with a phone. So I'm assuming you're using your camera of your mobile device to scan your face. What's that process like? And then how long does this all take?
Yeah, absolutely. So there is an app that's live. It's in the App Store. I'm going to warn you right now that the scanning part is a little bit clunky because we're in beta. We're not public yet with the app in the App Store, but it works very well. And then what it does after you 3D scan your face, it takes you to our customizer. And our customizer is a little bit more ready for prime time. That's what we use when we go to football stadiums or we'll be at the LA Marathon. Once you're in the customizer, it's your face, but it's on the sort of cartoon body, which is what allows us to sort of amp up the heroism to the next level. You could choose different bodies. Are you a snowboarder? Are you a kickboxer? Are you did you just graduate from college? We've got a whole bunch of different bodies to choose from. Choose your hair. You can change your skin tone. Tons of other customization options coming. But we wanted to go live with what we've got now.
And with that in mind, you have licenses. If you're into football, could you choose like a jersey from your favorite team?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we've done is we've built a back-end system so that if you were to come to us with your own, let's say, Little League sports team, today, in a few hours, we could create a gallery of action figures for your team to create that has your logo and colors and so forth. And then all the way at the other end of the spectrum, we have some high-level folks on our team, including the former SVP of licensing from the NFL. So we've started talking to the professional sports leagues, and hopefully we'll be signing our first one very soon. I won't say more because it's not there's no ink yet.
Okay.
But absolutely, we could be at the stadium, or I assume this year we will be at stadiums. And as people come in to see the game, they can 3D scan themselves and create an action figure.
All right. And speaking of teams, sounds like your executive team is a dream team of sorts. You already mentioned former executive with the NFL. You've got ex-Disney execs there, Hasbro, Activision, Blizzard, and even Goldman Sachs. So it sounds like there's two parts to your business. One is there are these activations at events, like you were at the LA Marathon, you were at South by Southwest, and so on. And that's where you've got folks with a tablet and you're scanning their faces for them. But even our listeners, you said it's still in beta, but you could download this Action Face app. Is it just iPhone at this point, not Android yet?
That's right.
Okay.
It's iPhone because we're using the iPhone technology, but we are working on a solution that would get us to all phones.
So then you can do this at home, and then you can instantly create a 3D avatar of yourself. And I want to ask you in a moment more of what you could do with that. You said you could share it and things like that, but within 2 weeks, you're going to get a 3D print. It's like a little version of you. How many inches tall is it?
We have two sizes. So the regular size is about 5 inches tall. Some of them, depending on if they're leaping off the court, could be as much as 7 inches tall. And then we have ones that are a little more than half the size. So from 3 to 5 inches tall.
We are chatting with Kenny Davis. He's the CEO of Action Face. Again, this is new technology that creates a 3D replica of yourself, but then you can choose what kind of outfit you've got on as well. But it does borrow your facial features and you can tweak them as well. Really cool stuff. So talk to us about some of these installations. I did hint off the top that you won a South by award. So congrats there. Tell us about that and some of the other places that you show up.
Yeah, so I'll start with South by. Super grateful to the people there who shepherded us through the entire process. What happened when we got to South by, I'll tell a story because I think this was emblematic of who we are. We met the folks at Ibble, and this is a well-funded company that was a sponsor of South by. And what they do is promote influencers through their social media network. And we met them in the morning, met their CEO in the morning, and they loved Action Face. We put Ibble action figures together in the afternoon, and that night we were at their party and they'd hired us to make action figures for celebrities who were tweeting it out, and it was just a phenomenal experience. That was an installation. I mean, the thing that we make those installations as pretty as we can if we have time, but at the heart of it, it's an iPad and a light and software, and so we were able to deploy an installation in less than 12 hours.
Impressive. And you were at LA Marathon. You were at some sort of college bowl, was it? Football?
Yeah. So our very first installation was at LA Marathon, which had been pushed back. So it was in November of last year. The doors opened at 10 o'clock on a Friday, which was work day. And by 10:30, we had lines. 36% of people who sat down in the chairs bought an action figure. So they made a $50 to $100 impulse purchase of a product they had never heard of before. And that sort of told us, okay, this thing is ready for prime time. So the next thing we did was we contacted our friends over at the ESPN bowl games, and we went to 5 different college bowl games where we made action figures for players and VIPs. And every single one of those events was a huge hit, both financially and in terms of fun. We had a net promoter score. I've had brands for 25 years. I've never had a brand have a net promoter score of 9.74. So we were feeling great going into South by, but we feel even better now. Winning is just a tremendous feeling right now.
Whether someone does this in person at one of your events or they do it on their phone, their iPhone at home. How long does the facial scan take, and is it complicated?
It takes about 15 seconds to scan your face. It takes another 25, 30 seconds before it shows up on the screen, and you can start customizing it. Like I said, our user interface is in beta, so it usually takes 3 tries because you have to turn your head.
Yeah, but I think people are used to that, especially on iPhone, where when you're registering your face for Face ID, it's the same idea, isn't it?
It's 100% the same thing. So yeah, if you've registered your face on an iPhone,
right,
you can make an action figure.
Okay, so you said it takes a couple weeks to get this anywhere from 3 to 7 inch action figure of yourself. How much do the prices start at for on the lower end, the smaller one?
Yeah, so it's $50 for the smaller one. It's $100 for the big one. That includes free shipping to your house.
Okay. Before we wrap up, Kenny, I understand you also had talked to some schools. Instead of just getting a photo of the student, you're offering your action face as a keepsake for that year. Is that still a thing?
Believe it or not, that's where we started. We started with school photographers, and we wanted to give them a business that would offer some newness to school photography. We did one school before COVID hit, and it was just a phenomenal success. We had a 28% conversion rate, again, on something nobody had ever heard of before. Yeah. And then COVID hit. So we plan on getting back to school photography, but right now we're working with stadiums and hopefully some theme parks.
There's so many applications here and so many licensing opportunities, no doubt. So I wish you much luck. Kenny Davis, thanks so much for joining us, CEO of Action Face. What's the best website to learn more?
actionface.me.
actionface.me for the website, or you can go to the Apple App Store and type in Action Face 3D Scanner in order to find the app and then download it to your iOS device. Thanks again for your time. All the best.
All right. Thank you very much, Mark.
When we return, we're going to catch up with Mario Armstrong for some spring home office makeover tips. You're listening to Tech It Out. I'm your host, Mark Saltzman. We'll be right back.
Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want. Find the Tech It Out podcast at iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to Tech It Out, powered by ASUS for those in search of incredible. ASUS creates technology for today and tomorrow's smart life, and that includes its line of award-winning laptops and desktops, monitors, smartphones, tablets, smartwatches, and much more. For those in search of incredible, visit asus.com/US/radio for more info. That's asus.com/US/radio. Are you getting ready to spring clean? Well, it might also be the perfect time to update and refresh your home office. Digital lifestyle expert Mario Armstrong is here to help us out. Hey, Mario, good to have you back on the show.
Hey, thanks so much for having me back on, Mark. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, I think it was back in January, the Consumer Electronics Show that we chatted last.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. And it's good to hear your voice again. I'm excited about this because, so many small businesses need new devices. We're all doing so much more from home these days, so we need better solutions. And I'm really excited about some of the brands that I partnered up with to talk to you about their products today.
With that in mind, let's dive in. Why don't we start off with how we can better organize our expenses?
I mean, this one hits home for me because as a small business myself, having receipts or invoices and documents all over the place, especially when it's tax season and you're trying to get all that stuff together, that's not the time to really start to try to get everything organized.
Yeah, pull out the old shoebox.
Exactly, right. And then you're trying to go through it all at that one time a year. If you really plan ahead, it makes everything so much smoother, plus more accurate if you get the Epson Rapid Receipt RR600W wireless scanner. I love how easy it is to help simplify you for the tax prep because, it's going to scan everything. It's going to be able to not have to manually enter in data anymore. It's got really great, accurate software, like advanced financial software that extracts, that data from your receipts. Mm-hmm. It pulls it from the invoices. And then it easily integrates in just about everything you need. So whether it's Excel or QuickBooks, TurboTax, or cloud storage. And what I really love is that there's no subscription fees that are attached with the product. Regularly, it's priced at $499.99, but right now it's $100 off through the tax season, so you can get $100 off, pay only $399.99 for it. Just go to Epson.com/receipt-scanners, or just check some of your favorite major retailers nationwide.
What do you like for video conferencing?
You know, we're doing so much of it. So I love the portable WebEx Desk Mini. This isn't like some small little webcam that you take with you. This is really an all-in-one collaboration device that connects people and teams, and you can carry it with you in any room within your house or home, and it's designed for taking meetings really anywhere. It comes in 5 colors, which makes it look really great in any room. It has an interactive display. It's got an HD camera, a full range speaker with it as well. And what's cool is that it works, even though it's from WebEx, so of course you can use it with WebEx, but it also works with Zoom, it works with Microsoft, it works with Google as well. But I love that it has noise cancellation built in and video backgrounds.
And how much does that WebEx device cost?
For WebEx meeting customers, it's $1,600, a little over $1,600. Just go to webex.com. And you'll see why it's an amazing device, all in one. And like I said, it's easily portable. It's got a handle on it so that you can take it with you wherever you want to go. So nice.
And if you are buying this for business, take advantage of the write-off and keep the receipt for that Epson Rapid receipt. Okay, tying it back there. We are chatting home office makeover with digital lifestyle expert Mario Armstrong. You can see these products in action at killerapps.com, by the way. Why don't we now chat about products that can help with our digital files?
Yeah, and this is always like, you know, drives have always been so critical. So whether it's in the cloud or like physical drives. And so my favorite physical drive is the My Passport drive from WD.
Yep, amen.
I have a couple of these myself. You know, they're so, I mean, I've been using them for a couple of years. They've been getting smaller and smaller. Now they fit in the palm of your hand. So it's like you can take it with you anywhere. And I can keep all my photos, videos, music, and documents safe, especially videos when I'm doing editing and I want to have something with me on hand and not take up hard drive space.
Backups are so critical.
Super important. It comes in black, white, red, and blue. Goes up to 5 terabytes of storage. That's a lot of storage space, too, in these little drives. So the WD My Passport drive also comes with backup software, too. So it can be set to run automatically on your Windows device, which is great. And the drive can be used with Windows, Mac, and Chromebooks, too.
And what kind of capacity are we talking now?
Yeah, you know, starting at a 1 terabyte, it's going to cost you about $59.99. That's where they start. But they can go up to 5 terabytes, like 5 times that. So that's a lot of data you can store.
And even more for the WD Red Plus 6 terabyte drive. Tell me about it.
Yeah, that's a workhorse. That's a beast. So if you have a small business and you want to keep all of your digital files on hand, like on site with you, so we're talking about the Western Digital WD Red Plus 6 terabyte hard drives. This really enables like those home-based businesses or small businesses with virtual teams to be able to collaborate on, store, and back up important files. So they prefer to have their data on site. So when you plug these drives, you're going to have 4 different drives that will go into a 4-bay solution. A NAS device is what we call it. Yep. Great alternative to the cloud storage since all your data remains protected and with you on site.
All right, and that's from Western Digital. And then finally, the best website to learn more, it's killerapps.com, right?
Killerapps.com is where you can go. If you have any questions for me, you can always DM me. I'd love to hear from Mark's listeners. DM me on Instagram. I'm at Mario Armstrong. Or you can catch me. We got a new podcast coming out on the HubSpot podcast network called Parents Making Profits. So you can catch me there, too.
Ooh, Parents Making Profit. I like the sounds of that.
Yeah,
because parents need to make the profits. Yeah.
That's right, buddy.
Speaking of someone who's going to have 3 kids in college very soon. I got 2 already, 1 coming this fall. So yeah, I'm going to listen.
Wow,
I'm going to subscribe to that
busy.
podcast. All right. Mario, always great to chat with you. Have an awesome spring, buddy. Cheers.
You too, my friend. Take care.
Not for a home office necessarily, but I will share some spring-related gadgets when we return. You are listening to Tech It Out. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Want to follow Mark? Google him. Mark with a C and Saltzman with a Z. Breaking down geek speak into street speak. This is Tech It Out. Tech It Out with technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back, everyone. You are listening to Tech It Out. I've been having a lot of fun on TV stations over the past couple of weeks talking about springtime tech. As you likely know, spring officially sprung on March 20th. And so I've done a bunch of interviews showing some cool gadgets to help welcome in the new season, from robotic lawnmowers to smart air purifiers, lightweight laptops to bring with you on the go, and a lot more. And so I thought I'd share a half dozen of these devices with you in case you're itching to buy something new for yourself or a loved one this season. So grab a pen if you're not driving, of course, or your phone to jot down some of these ideas. So of course, springtime for many means the start of allergy season. Am I right? So air purifiers are a popular purchase. And with the Filtrete Smart Air Purifier from 3M, it continuously monitors and improves air quality with a laser-based sensor. And what that does is read particles in the air like pollen, my nemesis, dust, pet dander, and more. And there's an auto mode that automatically adjusts the fan speed. So it's kind of like a set it and forget it kind of thing, like those old infomercials used to say. The display will show info on top of the unit, plus there is support for an app and a smart speaker. So with the app, you can control the Filtrete Smart Air Purifier from anywhere, but also see information like graphs and so on based on the air quality. And with the smart speaker support, if you have a Google or Amazon smart speaker, you say the wake word, and then you can say something like ask Filtrete for the air quality, or ask Filtrete if the filters need to be replaced, and so on and so forth. Really cool. So again, it's the Filtrete Smart Air Purifier from 3M. It's $247 for the medium, which is on sale, down from $274. But interestingly, the same price for the large. It used to be $329 for the large, but it's on sale for $249, so virtually the same price. And then when it's time to head outside, the ASUS Chromebook Flip CM3, I think, is a great pick for a few reasons, namely portability and affordability, which we'll get to in a moment. But when you're heading to, say, the office and then maybe to a coffee shop, even a park bench as the weather warms, the Flip CM3 is super portable and lightweight. It's only 1.1 kilograms, so you won't even feel it in your backpack or purse or what have you. And I love how versatile it is, as it's on a 360-degree hinge. So it's a laptop, it's a tablet, it supports other modes as well, like tent and display mode. So very versatile, up to 16 hours of battery life. So you can leave the charger at home. You will not need it if you're heading out for the day. And of course, Chromebooks have built-in virus protection, fast boot up times, a huge app store in which to download new software, automatic updates, and many other bells and whistles. As for the price, it's only $283 for this ASUS model at Amazon.com. And that's like a third or even a quarter of the cost of some other laptops. All right, speaking of portability, there's something brand new in the projector space. The Freestyle from Samsung debuted earlier this month. This is super cool. Because of its compact design and adjustable 180-degree cradle stand, you can project your favorite content on a variety of surfaces. It could be a wall, indoors or outdoors, by the way, on the side of a tent if you're camping. You can bring it to the cottage, or you can even splash up to a 100-inch image onto a ceiling. So imagine the kids have a sleepover. They're all lying on their back on the bed to watch a movie on the ceiling. It's really magical. There's no focus wheel on the Freestyle because it automatically adjusts the picture for you. It's got built-in audio, and it does, by the way, double as a Bluetooth speaker, and it has a built-in smart TV platform as well. So you sign into your favorite apps to watch content. Plus, you can also connect your iPhone or Android device wirelessly, and the cost is $899 for the Freestyle from Samsung, a portable tiny little projector. And by the way, if you don't have a plug nearby to power it up, you can plug the Freestyle into one of those power banks, you know, those portable battery chargers that you may keep in your backpack or purse or whatever for your phone. In order to watch a 2-hour movie, you just need one of those 20,000 milliamp batteries. Really cool stuff. And speaking of streaming content, Roku announced late last year they are the #1 TV streaming platform in the United States, with inexpensive devices like the $39 Roku Streaming Stick 4K. So this is a little thing, kind of looks like a USB stick. You just plug it into the side or back of a TV, join your your Wi-Fi, and then you can use the voice remote to say what you want to watch. Or you can use the Roku app if you prefer. There's a ton of free content, including the Roku channel itself and YouTube and many other platforms. Plus, you can sign into your favorite subscription services like Netflix, Amazon, Disney, Apple, and so on and so forth. There's also AVOD channels, as it's called, ad-supported video on demand channels, and a lot more. So again, only $39 for the Roku Streaming Stick 4K that now has faster speeds thanks to a new processor and better Wi-Fi with up to 2 times the wireless speed. In case you're not near the router, you won't have any hiccup or stutter in your video connection. All right, a couple of more spring-related items for you. So on March 20th, that wasn't just the start of spring, but also the official start of the F1 season. And if you're a car racing enthusiast, no doubt you know all about Gran Turismo 7, the latest video game for PS4 and PS5. It is a definitive car racing experience, whether you're into Formula One, NASCAR, and many other kinds of car races. There's more than 400 different cars to climb behind the wheel of, over 90 tracks. There's amazing graphics. I mean, it is photorealistic, along with dynamic weather conditions, multiple solo and online modes, including head-to-head races over the internet, and so many other features. You could be playing this thing for years and never have the same experience twice. Again, it's Gran Turismo 7. For the PlayStation 4, it's $59, and then $10 more for the PS5 version. And then finally, I hinted off the top, a robotic lawnmower. Let's end off on the Husqvarna 430X Auto Mower. This is amazing. As you likely know, Husqvarna makes lawn and garden tools, and this is a high-end auto mower or autonomous mower. It uses 3 razor-sharp blades to quietly and autonomously cut your grass for you, and it's safe as well. If you lift up the auto mower, for example, it'll stop spinning those blades immediately, and of course, zero emissions. It does not take gas. It is battery-powered. And those tiny clippings are recycled into the turf as a natural fertilizer to make your lawn look lush. You can use the Husqvarna app to start, stop, and schedule jobs, or use your voice with an Amazon or Google smart speaker. So you can sip a cold one, have maybe a book in the other hand and watch the auto mower do its thing. Again, super quiet. It's waterproof. It'll stay on your property thanks to the GPS navigation and guide wires that will navigate around your yard. It'll get around obstacles like garden gnomes and rocks and flower beds and anything else that you don't want it to get into, including the neighbor's property. And it can even handle steep slopes up to 45 degrees. The Husqvarna 430X Auto Mower costs $24.99. But there are less expensive models for smaller properties. There's a store locator at the Husqvarna website. So as you can see, no shortage of awesome gadgets and games this spring, whether you're talking smart air purifiers, ultra portable laptops, a projector you can bring anywhere, streaming sticks for all the new shows this spring, car racing simulations, and even robotic lawnmowers. Boy, what an age we live in. And to make it all work, you're gonna need great Wi-Fi, so we're gonna chat with eero when we return. Stay with us.
Breaking down geek speak into street speak. Check it out. Hosted by Mark Saltzman.
Back to Tech It Out. This show is powered by ASUS. ASUS creates technology for today and tomorrow's smart life, and that includes its line of award-winning laptops. There's 5 different brands, in fact. There's VivoBooks, ZenBooks, StudioBooks, ExpertBooks, and Chromebooks. Head over to asus.com/US/radio to check them all out. That's asus.com/US/radio. And of course, you're going to want great Wi-Fi to pair up with those laptops, which brings me to our next guest. Wireless home internet has never been more important, I'd argue, with potentially dozens of devices that are all connected at the same time. Not to mention, you're maybe now working from home more than you did before, or the kids are doing some online schooling and such. And so perhaps it's time you considered upgrading your Wi-Fi. Well, you're in luck, as we're now joined by Nick Weaver, co-founder and CEO of eero, an Amazon company, to discuss Wi-Fi 6 and what mesh is all about. Welcome, Nick. Good to chat with you.
Thanks for having me, Mark.
Now, before we learn about what's new with eero, and again, the company is eero, talk to us about the growing importance of strong Wi-Fi at home.
Yeah, especially today when people are using their homes as their offices, their schools, it's more important than ever to have super fast, reliable internet in every corner. And so while you might have a really great internet connection coming into your home, you need to have the right gear to make sure you've got great coverage throughout your home. And that's where eero comes in. We build a really simple, easy to use whole home Wi-Fi system where you could start with one unit or you could buy 2, 3, however many you need to cover your entire home. And all of those units connect together and form a mesh Wi-Fi network so that you've got super strong connectivity everywhere. It's really hard to cover a house with, a single unit. And, with eero, we make it super easy to have the coverage you need to support everything people are doing in their homes.
All right. So this is usually referred to as a mesh system, as you said, where there are these pucks or devices or hubs that are spread out throughout the home, and they make like a wireless handshake of sorts to blanket your home with coverage. So that means no matter where you are, even outside, if you're, the weather's getting nice, you want to do some work on, say, a back deck or a front patio or something like that, you may be able to do that. So that's essentially what we're chatting about here, right? It's not just a router, but it's also these other devices that you plug into the wall throughout the home.
Yeah, an eero can be used as a single wireless router. It can be used as a wired access point. So say you have Ethernet throughout your home and you want to extend your connection, you can plug eeros into Ethernet connections throughout your home. Or it could be used as a wireless mesh access point where the eeros talk to each other over Wi-Fi, so you don't need additional cabling throughout your home.
Okay, got it.
And it's all controlled in software, so it's one device that does all those things seamlessly and automatically.
And is there an app that lets you manage the internet as well?
Yeah, so to get started with an eero system, you download our app on iOS or Android, and it guides you through setting up an eero network. And then from there, you can use that app at home, anywhere in the world, to check in on your network, make sure it's working properly, see all the connected devices, or change settings if you need to.
What would you say, Nick, separates eero from other mesh systems out there, other companies that have networking gear?
Yeah, I think first and foremost, we created the home Wi-Fi system segment. So, we were the first to launch our systems back in 2016, and we've been, really focused on just improving the performance, the reliability, and the quality of our products since then. The other is got our own patented mesh technology called True Mesh. So that's what provides the super reliable links between all the different eeros. So your network is fast and reliable. Another reason that sets eero apart from the pack is we've just got really great customer support. So it comes with every system, doesn't cost, additional to talk to our support team. And, you just pick up the phone and, we've got really helpful folks across the world at this point who are able to help dive in and support, customers if there's something they need help with.
Yeah, that's super important. All right, thanks for that. So let's now learn about the newest additions to the eero 6 family, starting with I think it's your flagship model, the eero Pro 6e.
So we're really excited about these additions to the portfolio. The Pro 6e system, like you said, is our fastest eero system yet. And, what's great about this system is not only does it provide support to the all new 6 gigahertz Wi-Fi band, so that's brand new spectrum that's been opened up for Wi-Fi. It also provides support for multi-gigabit internet plans. So if you've got an internet plan that's greater than a gigabit, you can plug that connection into your Pro 6e system and take full advantage of it everywhere in your home.
So we're not just talking faster speeds and greater reliability, but broader range as well. Those are some of the hallmarks of the eero solution.
Yeah, from a range perspective, what we're able to do is instead of having one unit that tries to cover your whole home, you can have multiple units that provide, really fast, reliable connectivity everywhere. So that's how we provide, really great range and coverage so that you can work on your patio like you were talking about before, or say you've got, outdoor cameras or a video doorbell.
Sure.
It's really easy to make sure those devices on the edges of your network and the edges of your home have super reliable connectivity.
Yeah, good point. And I know your parent company owns the Ring brand and Blink. So definitely video doorbells are a popular purchase these days. I know you said it's a modular system. You can add more of these devices if you like throughout the home. But is there like a square footage that you would say that a mesh system is ideal for, starting at, 2,500 square feet and up? kind of thing?
Yeah, our recommendations are for a single Pro 6E unit is up to about 2,000 square feet.
Okay.
And then as you add more units, say 2-pack, 3-pack, or even from there, coverage will go up by about 2,000 square feet for each unit. So for a 3-pack, you're looking at about 6,000 square feet of coverage.
Got it. When we return on Tech It Out, we're going to continue chatting with Nick Weaver, founder of eero, that's EERO, that makes these mesh systems to blanket your entire home with reliable Wi-Fi. We'll be right back.
Follow Mark Saltzman on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want.
We are chatting with Nick Weaver, co-founder and CEO of eero. We're discussing mesh systems throughout the home. We just chatted about the eero Pro 6E. Let's now hear about the eero 6 Plus. What's the difference with that model?
Yeah, our eero 6 Plus is our most affordable gigabit system ever. So it's a dual band system, so not quite as high performance as the Pro 6E, but still, really great for customers with connections up to a gigabit in speed. It's got 2 wireless radios per unit and support for gigabit Ethernet. So it's a very affordable system that can provide great coverage for customers with speeds up to a gigabit.
And for both the Pro 6E and the 6 Plus, do they cover the same size homes, or is the 6 Plus also not quite as fast, but also doesn't have quite the range?
The 6 Plus has slightly lower range, so
Okay.
A single unit can cover about 1,500 square feet, and you can cover about 4,500 square feet with a 3-pack.
Okay.
With any eero system, you can always add on from there. So,
Right.
You can start with 1, 2, 3, and you can keep adding. We've got homes with lots of eeros on them to cover kind of interesting construction or just, really, really large homes.
Yeah, you brought up a good point. It's not just the size of the home, but older homes may have like concrete walls and other sort of tricky things that will reduce the odds of strong Wi-Fi in every pocket that you need it in, like a child's bedroom or in a basement office or something, if you have a basement, that kind of thing. So you did bring up a good point. Now, before we wrap up, Nick, and talk costs, what should someone look for when choosing a router and a mesh system? I did mention Wi-Fi 6 earlier. Is that sort of like table stakes now? And what questions should you ask yourself before you buy a mesh system?
Yeah, latest wireless standard is Wi-Fi 6. So you should be looking for a system that supports Wi-Fi 6 at least. If you're looking for a highest performance system, you probably also want support for 6 gigahertz. So that would be a 6E system.
Lots of 6s in there to remember, so it's good. It's in both your model numbers, the newer ones. So.
Yeah, and the other thing that's really important is just you want a system that's going to stay up to date, particularly for security vulnerabilities. So you should look for a system that's got automatic software updates. That's been a part of the eero system since we launched our first generation back in 2016. So something that updates automatically will keep your home network safe and secure. And that's really, something that's important for customers to look for.
You also have parental controls?
Yeah, we have family profiles that let customers set up profiles, put their kids' devices in it, and set time limits and schedules. So you can turn off the Wi-Fi at night. And then for subscribers, we've got a subscription service called eero Secure or eero Secure Plus. And that lets you set more fine-grained controls like content filtering and limiting specific apps.
Oh, interesting.
What's really great about an eero system is you can start with one. Say you're living in an apartment or smaller home and you can get great coverage with a single unit. You don't need more coverage today. You can start with a single eero, take advantage of automatic software updates, our app, great support, everything that eero has to offer. And then say you move maybe into a home or you want better coverage on your specific room or outside, you can always add a second unit. So that's something that's really great about mesh systems is, again, you can start with a single unit and just expand as your needs change.
For the eero 6 Plus and the eero Pro 6E, how much do they cost and where can we pick them up online?
Yeah, so the eero Pro 6E systems start at $299 and the eero 6 Plus systems start at $139. Both of them are available on Amazon and also eero.com and a number of other local retailers.
All right, Nick Weaver, co-founder and CEO of eero, an Amazon brand. Thanks so much for carving out some time to share with us. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, Mark.
And speaking of computers, I wrote an article this week for USA Today about World Backup Day coming up on March 31st. So I reminded you to make sure you properly back up your important computer files on a regular basis. I always use Western Digital and SanDisk drives. I prefer SSD or solid state drives over hard drives because they're more reliable, they're durable, they're faster, they're lighter, smaller, quieter, and when you use them on your laptop, when you're on the go, they take less power, so they make your battery last longer. Be sure to invest in a WD or Western Digital or SanDisk SSD solid state drive. They make some fantastic backup drives. And of course, the cloud is handy as well because you can store your files off-site. Should anything happen locally, like heaven forbid a fire or flood or something like that, your files are protected because they are stored off-site. So I hope you enjoyed this week's new Tech It Out show. We started with Action Face, about creating a custom 3D action figure with your own face. We then chatted spring home office makeover with Mario Armstrong. I also shared some spring gadgets, including a robotic lawnmower and a smart air purifier. And then we ended off with eero, an Amazon company, about new mesh Wi-Fi systems for the home. If you're on social media, drop by and say hi. It's Mark with a C, Saltzman with a Z, and I'm on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. All the best, everyone. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I look forward to catching up with you next weekend for another episode of Tech It Out. Bye-bye for now.